The city's motto mentions our small town pride. I think we have some work to do for more people to feel pride in Faribault. One way to do that would be to get more people involved in the discussions that city officials have regarding our town. All city meetings should be broadcast on public television. Currently, only some of the meetings are broadcast live, and the quality of the recording makes it difficult to follow the proceedings. It is the responsibility of the city to be sure that all citizens are informed and engaged, and we need to do better. I think almost everyone can agree that our downtown is beautiful, or at least that it has the potential to be. But there seems to be one big problem. One business owner has been allowed to have plywood instead of a window on Main Street for over 3 years. He is behind on his property taxes and owns a large percentage of the empty storefronts that he refuses to rent. The City Council needs to make our downtown Main Street a priority. No more crumbling facades either. We need to take care of one of our biggest assets and encourage others to invest in our community. I understand that it's going to take some creativity and thinking outside of the box, and I am ready for the challenge. I am also not just talking about change downtown, I put action behind my words. A couple years ago, I was a finalist in the Chamber's Downtown Business Challenge. My creative attempt was a win-win with a viable business plan and a nonprofit that would have put money back into the community.
So it's important to recognize that the City Council needs to work together. One council member can't inspire change. It's a majority. So this is a team sport. What I'd like to see happen is we as a council focus on improving the quality of living in Faribault. So that is to say we continue to push for investing in our youth. We continue to invest in parks and recs. I'm on the Milltown Joint Powers Board, and Milltown is a group from Faribault, Northfield, Dundas, and it's all about trails. So we work with the DNR, we work with local landowners, and we try to improve our trail system. And as we do that and things get accomplished, that improves the quality of living for our residents. So if the council is going to be successful, we need to work together. This is a team sport, and more importantly, this is a team sport that directly applies to Faribault winning, and that's what this is all about. How can we improve quality of living and make Faribault win?
Okay, well, I would say that improving the quality of life for our residents by investing in our parks, recreations, and trails. And we've already started doing this. In 2019 and in 2020, we provided additional funds to our Parks Department for park improvements. We also earmarked some in 2021 for parks improvements. The city cannot develop private businesses for public enjoyment, such as skating rinks or movie theaters or things like that. Those are going to require private development, but what the city can provide is an improvement to our parks area. There has been a new park developed up off of 14th Street on the east side. There's a new park being developed on the south side off Baseline Road. And there's also been a new park developed down north of the Legion on the old Public Works site, and that park is going to have direct access to the Straight River. And that's really important because it is accessing the Straight River at the only point downtown where you can access it on the west side of the railroad tracks. So those parks improvements are going to be just so key. The other thing is we're continuously looking at what we can do to improve our parks by offering pickleball courts and other things, maybe an adaptive park for handicapped children and people. So we are constantly looking at how we can improve our park system and make them better suited for all citizens.
Well, I think the City Council is doing great. There's always room for improvement, but I think it's time for our current leadership to take control and ownership of our narrative and start a better inclusive and civil engagement that I think is designed or should be designed for a better image of our city, for our city. Because a lot of times what you hear is people that want to come here to work, but then they want to move to next door neighbor or next door city and, not consider Faribault to be ideal place. And that's not true. So I'd like to see more intentional, I guess, ownership of that narrative and say, you know what, this is a great place. If you're coming to work here, this is definitely something we have to offer. So we'd love to have you stay here and call this home.